man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now, listen, man. You can tap in and you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in. So let's get right into it. Now, you already know time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, chasing that paper, stacking that cheese, that cheddar, and that mozzarella. But always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. That time, energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's highly invested in the channel, everybody that understands that we are growing this channel organically, constant elevation. Yeah, we on our way to the top, well over 50,000 subscribers, and we on our way to 60K, all right? Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, all my new investors, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Grown Man Business TV is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Now, do me a favor, man. Wipe off your feet before you step into the big house. You feel me? Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube. Grown Man Business TV is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know how I'm giving it up, and you absolutely know how I'm putting it down, my G's. All right? Now, listen, man. I got a lot of people in the DM. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, Big G and BTV, I need you to elaborate on everything you were saying about Venezuela. Yeah, the attack on Venezuela. What's your perspective on everything that's going down over there? What's your thought process on Donald Trump, Venezuela, you understand, Maduro, New York City? Well, I already gave y'all a piece of my mind when it came to this, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a lot of people in the DMs, my G. I mean, a lot of y'all are feeling away about me exposing what's really going on over there in Venezuela. You feel me? It's a lot of y'all in my DM. Salute to y'all. I know y'all gonna probably make your way to the chat. You already know what to do when you step in the building. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, is pure dope straight off the brick directly into the bottles. Yeah, nothing more, nothing less. So I know y'all feel away, and I know I got your panties in a bunch, but I can tell that you know what you dealing with. I said what I said. And see, one thing for sure, two things for certain, man. We not holding no punches. You know, we not going to beat around the bush. We not going to sugarcoat the content. You feel me? So, big salute to everybody that tapped into that live stream. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. But it's a lot going on. I mean, it's an absolute circus. And we're going to talk more about that because, you know, I told y'all a long time ago, you know, it is what it is, man. When you tap into Grown Man Business TV, you tap into the Realest on YouTube. We went over there for that oil, and not only for the oil is the double cross. You understand? The BRICS nation was the triple cross. Now, mind you, you ain't heard nobody talk about that. You ain't heard CNN say nothing about it. You ain't heard Fox News. You ain't heard the Breakfast Club, because my voice is more powerful than all of those entities put together, my G. Believe it or not. I know a lot of y'all might not believe that, but I'm telling you, that's why you here. Listen, independent content creation, pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. You feel me? They playing with y'all. You know what I mean? And we going to get into that. Big salute to the chat, but we going to talk because a lot of y'all feel a way about what I said. It's a lot of y'all that I thought was white. You know, all of y'all got the dog fur. So it's hard for me to decipher what type of dog fur and what strand of dog fur I'm dealing with. All of y'all fall under the Caucasoid situation. You feel me? So when I see the dog fur, I just think about Caucasian Caucasoid. But I feel like a lot of y'all in my DM is Venezuelans. Y'all from Venezuela. And y'all feel like, you know, I'm kind of not giving and pushing the right information for what y'all narrative is and what y'all want us to think about y'all. But I'm going to tell y'all exactly what it is. And it's always deeper than rap. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always going to be deeper than, yeah, the dog fur. I'm not sure what strand of dog fur you come from. You know what I mean? I see y'all in the DM, and I feel like, you know, you're Caucasian, but really you're Spanish, you're Spaniards, you're Greek, you're from the UK, you're from Venezuela, you're Ukrainian. One thing for sure and two things for certain, all of y'all got a nasty strand of dog fur that puts you in the Caucasoid category, all right? Big salute to all of y'all. I know y'all in here. Big salute to the Wrenches, Dresky. Yeah, yeah, Breezy Santana, the homie Mr. Universe. I see y'all in the chat. We gonna have a conversation. But before we go any further, you already know, I gotta do some customizations to the chat. The higher ups and the elites are always playing chess at the highest level. They always trying to muffle the message. They always trying to shadow ban the channel. You feel what I'm saying? The higher ups and the elites understand that Grown Man Business TV is a threat to the establishment. Not only am I a threat to the establishment, but the revolution will be televised right here in these YouTube streets. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. So let's get that done so we can get right to it. Man, y'all wouldn't believe the outpour of DMs I have been receiving saying, yo, I think it was this, and I believe this is what happened, and I don't agree with what you said, and what you said doesn't match up to this, and blah, 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 blah. You understand that? You wouldn't believe it. But the thing is, everything that y'all have been saying to me about what you think is happening aligns with CNN. It aligns with Fox News. It aligns with the propaganda and the narrative that's being fed to the American people. Feel what I'm saying? Oh, yo, the Venezuelans are happy. They're upset. Blah. It's a whole crock pot full of emotion. Okay, so yeah, CNN is going to show you a bunch of Venezuelans out there in New York City partying, having a blast, just loving life. And they're gonna make you think that that's what all of them don't feel like that. And it get deeper than rap. This is a declaration of war. We're gonna talk. Let me handle this business all in the chat and all that. Let me customize what we need to customize. We're gonna talk about it. We not staying long. Big salute to everybody in the comment section. Make sure y'all engage in the comment section. I always say I ain't staying long, and you know what? Lately I've been staying longer and longer and longer. And you know what? We're gonna address that as well. Yeah, I see you. I see you in the comment section. I see you speaking at all. Grown Man Business TV says he's not gonna stay long. And then he stays on for 3 hours and 23. Yeah, I did that. Last night I stayed on for 3 hours and 23 minutes. Yeah, I did that. I'm working on my stamina. I'm working on my breathing conditions when it come to this live stream and stuff. Yeah. And you loved every minute of it. Yeah. You loved every minute of it. We're going to talk about that after we get done with the Venezuelan. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Big salute to everybody in here. We're going to conversate on this thing, man. Salute, hit the like button and all that. All right, do what you're supposed to do when you come in here. All right? Now, you see that right there at the bottom of the chat, right? You see that right there. Before you get in here with your Twitter fingers doing what the Twitter fingers like to do, using your Twitter fingers all in the comment section, typing away with the Twitter fingers, doing the Twittering with the Twitter fingers like to do, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure your notification bells are ringing loud and clear every time you step foot in the Realest channel on YouTube, which is Grown Man Business TV, yours truly, okay? 757's very own, yours truly, all right? Now, let's get into this. I went live yesterday. I spoke about the attack on Venezuela, and I told y'all exactly what the main reason we went in there for and what the whole situation that's really going on behind closed doors, and it really got a lot of people's panties in a bunch. You feel what I'm saying? And, a lot of them are saying, yo, this guy was a dictator and this guy was this, and you know how much blood is on his hands, and you know how many people have lost their lives under the dictatorship of Maduro, and man, why would you say this and why would you say that? And we're definitely gonna address that. But before we get into that, I want to say something, and I want to really pinpoint this historic situation, right? This is historic, my G. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never seen this type of action, right, in my lifetime, me personally. I haven't seen this. This shit is unprecedented, what we're looking at. And I need y'all to understand this as well. Like, I know it feels familiar for us to invade a country and bombs over Baghdad and we gonna go take some oil. It feels familiar, like Iraq and all that, Afghanistan. We've been here before. But I ain't never seen the American government go into a country and kidnap the president and their wife. Not only kidnap them, right? Bring their ass back to America. Trump, hey, Donald, hey man, you one of a kind, my G. Respectfully, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but we got Maduro, Nicol'As Maduro, the president of Venezuela, walking around New York City in handcuffs. Yeah, we ain't never seen this type of shit. Well, brother, cut the football off. I know y'all been watching football. They got the circus. They trying to distract you. This has never been done. Every time we go into a country, we get the president. We go and find Bin Laden, Gaddafi. You know we go and find them and we smoke them. Throw their ass in the middle of the ocean somewhere. You never see them again. Yeah, Bin Laden is somewhere in the middle of the ocean, right? We ain't never arrested one of these motherfuckers, put them in handcuffs, and had the DEA walking their ass through. Yeah. Listen, man, one thing for sure, two things for certain. I got the receipts. I don't go nowhere without the receipts. Saddam Hussein, yeah. We go over there, we get to wiping their ass out. Donald Trump is one of a kind, man. Like him or love him. You know, some people like him, some people love him. But I'm going to tell you something, man. If this ain't top tier content, if this ain't next level comedy, listen. Y'all ain't seen a white man like Donald Trump in a long time. Listen to all the dog fur people out there. Donald Trump embodies the spirit of your dog fur having ancestors. Yeah. See, your great granddaddy would have did some shit like that. Y'all done got soft. Y'all think y'all done got real soft, and y'all be combing your dog fur, putting it in ponytails. And see, your great grandfathers is rolling in their grave because your great grandfathers, they would have did some shit like that. They would have went over there. We ain't trying to kill you. We gonna bring your ass back to America. We gonna parade your ass around America. You know what? Fuck it. I got some receipts. We gonna get to a couple of these receipts, but I ain't gonna lie to you. This has never been done, man. Listen, man. I'm 42 years old. I have never seen this type of warfare take place. And we're gonna talk about that before we get everything else. But understand, this is some dangerous shit right here, man. Maduro is in New York City. What in the hell is going? Yo, him and his wife, they bombed the country. They handcuff him and his wife. They put their ass on a plane and flew him to New York City. Well, we gonna get, you know what I'm saying? We could have took him out in the mountains somewhere, put his ass in a federal penitentiary in a maximum, level 4 San Quentin. They got his ass walking around at CNN headquarters out there in New York City. They taking pictures of the president of Venezuela. Yo. Hey, like him or love him, I just want to let you know something. This right here is something you need to pay attention to. All right? I know your ass watching football. You've been distracted. You've been playing in this circus. You don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, we ain't never seen this type of shit done before. All right? So I needed to get that out there. We're gonna get into these receipts, and then we're gonna get deeper into this. We're gonna really talk about this. But Nicol'As, first off, your name is Nicol'As. You know, I don't know, man. All this shit start getting weird, man. You the president of Venezuela, and your first name is Nicol'As? I don't know. That's why my channel was so powerful. You know what I'm saying? You just can't believe everything that's being put in front of you. You got to be able to see through the smoke and mirrors. Motherfucking name is Nicol'As. Okay, Nicol'As Maduro is now in New York City. Let's look at this receipt. Big salute to the chat. Let's look and see what we got going on. Talk to the people. Look.
Night. Happy New Year. Tonight, Happy New Year. Tonight, Happy New Year. Tonight, Happy New Year.
Now, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be the sharpest knife in the drawer to be able to see that something ain't right about that. And you know, welcome to America, Nicol'As Maduro. Yeah, that's nasty. Walked his ass right down the goddamn island with the DEA. You know, you got dog fur all around him, 2 dog fur on each side, handcuffs. Got his ass a brand new guy. Listen to me, hold on. Got his ass a brand new Scully from the bodega. The same Scully Hassan Campbell was wearing. They went and bought his ass the same goddamn Scully and walked him right down the aisle. Nasty work, all right? Nasty work. And I wanted to start with that because that's the image you need to put in your head on what we dealing with. This shit is outrageous. This is not a game, bro. I don't know what y'all think we looking at, but on so many levels, this is a declaration of war. You got the American government bomb Venezuela and then bring the president of Venezuela back to America in handcuffs. Everybody looking. Everybody's watching. And everybody's saying, okay, well, I didn't know we could do that. I didn't know that was legal. I wouldn't give a damn what kind of drug charges. That shit, something ain't right about that. Okay? Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button when y'all come in here, man. I don't like to keep having to tell y'all they run up the likes. All right, let's get into another receipt, man. Nasty work what we looking at. Okay, so right there, we didn't just get rid of them. We didn't pluck them off. We picked their asses up. We kidnapped them against his will. A president. And we got his ass out there in New York City. We could have took him anywhere. We could have took his ass to San Quentin. We could have took him to the 4-yard, Rikers Island. We could have took him anywhere. We got his ass walking around New York City in handcuffs. And they taking pictures of him. Now, that's an even deeper rabbit hole right there. That's dangerous. I always tell y'all, whenever they're going to try something out, whenever it's going to be one of those catastrophic events, New York City is always on the list. New York City is always the #1 pick, something like 9/11. You think it's just a coincidence? They got his ass walking around New York. They could have took him anywhere. They could have took him to goddamn Alligator Island out there in Florida. You know what I'm saying? Look, we gonna take his ass to Alligator Island out there in Florida where all the immigrants is at, surrounded with alligators until we figure this thing out. They brought him to New York City. Like somebody won't come and, huh? Like one of his peoples might not run up in one of them subways and light something up. Like one of his peoples might not run in one of them buildings strapped up with a motherfucking kamikaze pilot or something. New York, New York, New York, yeah. All right. Let's get into everybody in the DM. Y'all address me about what y'all thinking, about what y'all feel. I want to give y'all some context because I told you before, right? Anytime, a lot of the times when I tell you, when somebody with that melanin tells you something, you don't want to hear it. But as soon as that dog fur get in front of you and get to talking, you act like it's golden. I could sit here right here for free and tell you the truth, right? And you'll question me. But as soon as they put that dog fur in a suit and a tie, and that dog fur get that stiff back, and they talk like this, salute to the American people. This is blah, blah, blah from CNN, Fox News. And we want to, soon as they get to talking like that, y'all believe every word that come out their mouth. So we gonna break this thing down, all right? We gonna get back into what I told y'all. We didn't just go out there for the oil. We went out there for control over the new currency that the BRIC nation has recently purchased their oil with. That is the main agenda, okay? We're gonna take over one of the biggest hubs of oil on the face of the globe, on the face of this planet. We're gonna run it. The next time y'all come back to re-up on that oil, you make sure you come with American currency. Oh yeah, let's go through a couple of these receipts. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button when y'all come here. AP, I see you, and you already know what it is. Gail Brown, I saw you in the comment section and all that. Yeah. I stayed for 3 hours and 25 minutes the other night. We might be going long. We gonna talk about that. Big salute to the chat. Hit the like button, man. All right, stop being a hater your whole life. Tap the screen twice. Talk to the people, Trump. Look.
Until such time as we can do a safe, proper, and judicious transition. So we don't want to be involved with having somebody else get in, and we have the same situation that we had for the last long period of years. So we are going to run the country until such
prove the uselessness of entities like the United Nations and the ICJ more these last 3 years. Witnessing countries like the United States and Israel blatantly disregard international law and face zero consequences whatsoever goes to show you who exactly controls these institutions and who they actually care about protecting. They're so hell-bent on prosecuting people who break international law in Africa, Latin America, in Asia, but the United States and Israel wreak havoc on the world and nothing is done. Kidnapping leaders of sovereign countries, dropping bombs on civilian populations, withholding aid and food, journalists left, right, and center, and nothing has been done. And not even nothing of value, nothing at all. And so why do they exist in the first place? They exist to uphold Western hegemony, that's it. The UN is nothing but a smoke.
We don't even have a Congress anymore. Any military action, like what's going on in Venezuela, is supposed to be approved by Congress. They didn't even know it was going to happen. And Marco Rubio had a meeting with them not long ago and never even mentioned it, because Congress isn't even in the loop. They've let him get away with so much that now he doesn't even consider them when making his decisions. And Venezuela is a sovereign country. We went in there and kidnapped their president and his wife. It doesn't matter if you think he's a dictator. It doesn't matter if you don't like the way he's ruling his country. That's kidnapping, and that's a war crime. They don't care. And saying they're going to charge him with all these drug crimes. This has never been about drugs. If they cared about drugs, why did they let Hernandez go? This is about power. This is about money. This is about resources. And they won't stop here. What other countries has stuff, resources, and money that he wants? Iran? Greenland? Well, he's having a press conference at 11. And I'm sure he's going to talk about how perfect it went and how they're saving Venezuela. Yeah. So put your boots on. Shit's going to get deep.
All right.
Ooh, now listen to that. That old lady told you it's gonna get. I told you it's deep, it's wicked, and it's always deep in a rap. But you might listen to it when that lady told you that it's gonna get deep. Now, I want to break a couple of things down to get some context to what you just heard. The first young lady, she made a lot of sense as well. You know, they was bleeping out the word Israel. You know, everybody's scared of that word. You know, there's except for Grown Man Business TV. And she was speaking on how it's a war crime. These are war crimes, my G. When you do something like this, and then you put handcuffs on a motherfucking president of a country, and you parade their asses around New York City, hey man, this shit is out of pocket, right? And all of this talk for these countries, right? All of this talk for, you know, let's just say Venezuela, you know, the drugs, the dictatorship, all of these things that they're saying about Nicol'As Maduro, right? But nothing has been said about the people and what's going on in Israel and Gaza and all of that. The war crimes over there, the genocide, the babies, the women, everybody that's being eliminated over there. Nobody's talking about that. Over there, they've already deleted maybe 100 reporters. Like even like reporters are protected by the Constitution. Like they have a right to it's a right for press, free press. And they even with that, right? Even with the protection that these journalists are supposed to have, they have been dying left and right. And nothing has been done about it. The only thing that has been done about it is we are still funding we're still funding Israel and rebuilding Gaza with our tax-paying dollars. Okay, so that was some context to what the melanated, young lady was saying in this receipt right here. You know what I'm saying? Very informative. Salute to her, right? Now the dog fur having elderly lady, salute to her too. She was cooking. She was cooking. It's never been about drugs. And again, I'm giving y'all these receipts for y'all in my DM because I said this yesterday without the receipts. But sometimes I got to use the dog fur to reiterate some of the things that I'm saying because y'all have been brainwashed and y'all have been tricked into believing the dog fur over the melanin. Respectfully. Man, I ain't trying to disrespect you, but you want to believe the dog fur over the melanin. So I just let the dog fur tell you the same thing I told you already. It ain't never been about drugs. Okay? America, the foundation is built off of blood, robbery, theft, drugs. That's a part of the American culture. That's not something you can remove from the American culture. It never been about drugs. But just like the war on drugs, they'll paint a narrative. They'll assassinate your character. The whole time they was telling us it was a war on drugs, they was bringing the goddamn drugs in here from Nicaragua. Yeah. The war in Nicaragua and all that. Snowfall. Y'all watch a lot of TV. I knew about it before Snowfall. But a lot of y'all got put on game from Snowfall. It was a war on drugs, and the whole time they was taking crack money from out there all across America in LA. They was pushing crack into the community, and they was using that money to fund a war in Nicaragua. And I'm not an Englishman, so don't get in my chat trying to correct me on how to pronounce it. I say it how I want to. I don't speak proper English. Yeah, I'm not an Englishman. Okay, you can be an Englishman. Now they do the same Hail Mary play. Oh, there's drugs coming from out of Venezuela. Boatloads of drugs are being shipped out of Venezuela, and we need to stop it. We need to get a hold of it. It ain't never been about no motherfucking drugs. If anything, drugs fund the infrastructure of America. Look at Miami. When y'all go to Miami and y'all see them big ass buildings, them condos, them skyscrapers, what y'all need to understand is the cocaine cowboys is what prohibited those buildings to be erected. The whole situation with Griselda Blanco and the cocaine cowboys and yeah, that's how downtown Miami came into fruition. That's what they don't want y'all to know. That's why you come to this channel. Well over 1,000 in here. Hit the like button when you do that. So it ain't never been about drugs. This is a war crime taking place in real time. This is real timing right here. We ain't never seen this shit done before. This is something you ain't never seen in your existence. All the wars we done seen happen. Yeah, we done seen all type of war in Afghanistan, the war in Iraq, what's the one war where they was wearing the brown and shit, all the brown fatigue and all that. All these different wars. War on terrorism. War on drugs. We ain't never seen them come through with your president in handcuffs on American soil, walking his ass through CNN and all that with the cameras on him. We ain't never seen that. So we got to stop. Well, you got to stop letting them run the same Desert Storm. Salute to the chat. One of my favorite wars. I just remember the fatigues coming out. The brown and dark brown. Yeah, the brown fatigues. I got a Desert Storm fatigue jacket in my closet right now. Right now. You gotta stop letting them run the same Hail Mary play. You know, drugs. Oh, there's drugs coming out of Venezuela. Too many drugs killing Americans. Fentanyl, dope, heroin. Stop with the murder. Stop it, man. Joe Biden's son had a bag of blow in the White House just a couple of years ago. Y'all don't remember that? Yeah, y'all could stop the drugs coming out of Venezuela, but y'all don't know who bag of blow that was out there in the White House. The bag of blow y'all found in Joe Biden's son in his bedroom and all that with his name on the bag. Yeah, Joe Biden's son name was on the bag of blow, but we don't know where the blow came. Come on, man. Come on, man. You see what I'm saying? So again, I'm just trying to give you the game. You come here for pure dope, straight off the brick into the bottles. Joe Biden's son had that pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles as well. Yeah, he had some pure dope out there. Yeah. Yeah, he didn't do a day in prison for snorting that pure cocaine he got from out there in Nicaragua and all that. He didn't do a day in prison, but you go out there and you get the goddamn president of Venezuela for him doing some drugs and all that, and you bring him back to America and you parading them all around the goddamn New York City. Okay, all right, I digress. You know what? Let's go into another angle. Because again, I told y'all, when the dog fur talk to you, you're listening loud and clear. When the melanated man is trying to give you some game and all that, whew, you don't want to listen. Go ahead and talk to her. Now, I'm going to tell you something. That's a nasty strand of dog fur this young lady got right here. Respectfully, I ain't trying to disrespect you, but you got one of them poodle type of feel. You look like a poodle, ma'am. I'ma listen. I'ma let my people get. But you something going on with your dog fur standing up. It's supposed to be laying down. All right, I'm tired. All right, I'm just playing. Go ahead and talk to the people, man. Look.
People want to know about what's going on between the United States and Venezuela, but in order to understand what's going on today, you need to understand what has gone on before. That's why history is so important, guys. Come on. Venezuela and the U.S. I've decided to do this chronologically because I feel like doing history metaphorically.
Now that's a nasty strand of dog fur right there. But I'm gonna let you go. Go ahead and talk to the people, man.
Difficult. Number one, pre-1998. Pre-1998, Venezuela had a huge oil supply, actually, biggest in the world, and the biggest stakeholder was a U.S. company called Exxon. Why is this important? Because of their huge oil supply in Venezuela, Exxon took it over. So the vast amount of profit, the percentage of profit, went to the U.S. And Venezuela as a country got next to nothing. And because of this, their economy started to fail. And as their economy started to fail, guess what? A dictator waiting in the wings wanted to jump in and save themselves from God knows who. Oh, from the United States. How do I get stake in oil companies is taking over the entire world? Number two, 1998. That's not right. I hate it when I can't write numbers properly. Hugo Chavez. If you're looking...
Go ahead and talk to the people. 1,500 in here, man. Hit the like button and all that. Stop coming in here trying to remix the content. I'm going to say something real quick. I'm noticing that a lot of y'all is coming in here. Y'all not hitting the like button. Y'all not participating in, you're engaging But then y'all go to y'all platform and y'all start to remixing the content. I'm gonna start calling y'all out. All right, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to disrespect you, but don't disrespect me all in the chat, not hitting the like button. All right, yeah, I saw y'all just jump up out there. I'm looking right at you. Hit the like button and all that, man. Stop remixing the content. All right, go ahead and talk to the chat, baby. Talk to him.
Democratically elected president of Venezuela. Now, once he got in, again I say democratically, he started to push towards authoritarianism and he started reducing the checks and balances of the democratic system. Side point, does that remind you of anybody else? He also started to rewrite the Constitution to solidify his dictatorial power. Parallels are really uncanny. 2002, a woman named Maria Machado. You know what? People just make up names to mean anything nowadays. So through this National Endowment for Democracy, the United States funded Machado in order to overthrow Chavez. And when it didn't work, Bush said, "Not my problem, I didn't know anything about it." And she was eliminated from all political life going forward. And then, in 2002, Bush was a very busy guy. Number 4, in 2007, Chavez, reinvigorated with power and an authoritarian regime, decides to nationalize Venezuelan oil. Ruh-roh. That meant that Venezuela took all of Exxon's money, all their oil, and all their access to oil, and shifted the lion's share of profits back to Venezuela and left Exxon, well, not a lot of money. Yes, Exxon then sued and won $1.4 billion in a claim. But what kind of international police force are we going to get for Venezuela to be forced to pay Exxon? None.
Okay, I want to stop her right there, and then we're going to let her go. And she's cooking. Salute to this young lady right here. She is cooking. You know what I'm saying? When I got the DM and I seen listen, I had to let her do her thing, dog fur and all. I don't care if you got the dog fur if you're cooking like this. Yeah. Y'all all know Chavez. We all seen the T-shirts, and we all know. But we don't really know. A lot of y'all don't really know. When the last time you really seen the Exxon popping like that? When I was growing up, Exxon was Exxon. Exxon was a big deal when it came to gasoline, oil, all of that. Okay? Okay. Venezuela was being drained, was being robbed, and Exxon was getting 100% of the money. Dudes like Chavez, revolutionaries, rebels. You understand? And we're going to talk more about this in a few minutes. But these are the type of dudes that say, we don't want the American people over here. This is our land. This is our oil. We could do this ourselves. We don't need y'all. We don't need Exxon. And they started getting into political position to get all of that up out of there. And now we don't really see Exxon no more. We don't see those movements. But George Bush, 9/11, all these things are intertwined with each other. And I'm going to speak more to that, but I want to let her cook just a little bit more. I want y'all to kind of listen, it's about to get real what she talking about. Because I told y'all this already. I told y'all this yesterday, but she's cooking a little bit more to where I want to educate y'all. Okay? It's always been a war over the oil over there in Venezuela. Top 3 mass production and producers of this natural resources is right there in Venezuela. Okay? Go. You already know. I already said that it's dog fur. You know what I mean? So don't be surprised when you get to looking and you see it. But she cooking though. Yeah, she's Chef Curry with this. Yeah, she's surgical with this. So I got nothing but listen. I got nothing but respect. I don't want the dog fur near me, and I don't want the dog fur on me. Go ahead and talk to the people. Look.
U.S. takes over and he starts building an even stronger authoritarian government. I forgot the year, 2013. Obama calls the drug cartel and this particular regime a threat to democracy and national security of the United States. That's then followed by Trump putting on economic sanctions in 2017. Are you with me so far? This is about to get interesting.
All right, now hold on. I told y'all about the sanctions yesterday. Trump put an international sanction on Venezuela and that oil. Okay? Yeah. Obama said, hold up, they're a national terrorist threat with the gangs out. You know, they always use gangs and drugs. Oh, there are Venezuelan gang members, right? So he already put a title and a tag on them as far as their gangs and violence and all of that. And then Trump came along and said, we're going to put sanctions on that. That means we could control who you dealing with, who you selling to. Okay, we if you go against these sanctions, you got a problem. Now run the likes up in this chat. Well over 1,000 in here. This where it's about to get deep at. Okay? All right, hit the like button. This where it get real at. Talk to him. Look.
I mean, even more corrupt. 2025. I brought you right up to the present. Maria Machado, remember I told you to remember that name, wins the Nobel Peace Prize. And who does she dedicate it to? None other than Donald Trump. And it's at this point that Donald Trump begins attacking boats, Venezuelan boats, calling them drug cartels, talking about revitalizing and restoring democracy to Venezuela, and talking about how they're a threat to national security. And guess what? The U.S. got to go in and save some people. Oh, and P.S. Donald Trump wants his oil back. It's the ending that's really going to get you. The big question about why Donald Trump is doing this is why, and I think the answer is going to surprise you a little bit. Number one, he is going to claim that he is going to liberate Venezuela. Guys, always be careful when the United States of America liberates anything, because usually it means they're going to take it. And he's going to install Maria as the president, formally excommunicated from all political life, but she's going to serve a purpose. Number two, Machado will then give oil rights back to, you guessed it, Exxon. 80% goes to them, 20% back to Venezuela. Everybody's happy and a new power is installed, but that's not the only reason this is happening.
Okay, that's not, look, 80% back to Exxon, 20% for Venezuela. Oh, but that's not the only reason. Listen, the download. I can't stop the downloads from downloading. I can't lie to you. It's liberation. I'm liberated when I deliver these downloads. Now, I told y'all this yesterday, right? We're going to let this young lady further explain. Talk to the people. Look.
This last one's going to blow you away. Number three. Is it about oil? Absolutely. They want control of the world's biggest oil supply, but that's not the full answer. What the real answer is U.S. currency rates. Follow along, this gets tricky. Oil has always been traded in U.S. dollars, called petrol. And what that has served the United States in doing is solidifying, is stabilizing, is increasing U.S. dollars. Because if anybody wants to buy oil anywhere in the world, they have to use U.S. currency. It artificially inflates the price of the U.S. dollar and stabilizes the U.S. economy. This is the real problem. Because what Trump and the United States is really afraid of are BRICS nations. What are they? They are nations, they are countries that have gotten together and are starting to trade without the United States, especially oil, and not use the U.S. currency as their trading denomination. And that is going to possibly submarine the U.S. economy. So is it about oil? Sure, but what really it's about is about the United States being able to control the entire market of trade when it comes to oil, thus inflating and propping up the US economy. So when somebody says, is it about the oil? Say, sure, but that's just a vehicle for them to control everything else.
Now, big salute to her, right? She reminds me of my science teacher. What a magic school, but I don't know. She got a good vibe and a good frequency, right? To that young lady. So salute to her. But you know, we all saying the same thing in different ways. And I told y'all, one thing you not gonna hear them talk about in these media outlets is BRICS Nation. BRICS Nation. It had nothing to do with nothing but gaining control over that oil. And the only reason they went in so abruptly and just out of nowhere in the middle of the night is because the BRICS nation recently purchased a large quantity of oil from Venezuela with not $1 of American currency. Not $1, not one Benjamin Franklin, not one nothing. All new currency. They are beginning to trade without America. They are beginning to do large commerce, large transactions without America's, without the middleman, without the white man looking over the situation, without the white man putting sanctions on it, without the white man saying you can't do this and you can't do that. They have figured out a way to eliminate the middleman. And one thing you don't do on American soil or in business that concerns America is eliminate the middleman. Nipsey Hussle told you, F the middleman. That's one of the reasons he really got a target on his back. Yeah, Dr. Sebi, all of that was all good, but when he sold that CD for $100 and he made over $100,000 in every state, and they couldn't calculate that money, and the industry wasn't getting their hands on that money from a middleman. They wasn't middleman in the music. We got a problem. BRICS Nation. That's why we went in there. So, you know, again, to a lot of the people that's in the DM that's questioning me and saying it's not this and it's not that and that, no, they went in there because he was a dictator and he was killing people and blah, blah, blah. That's what we're going to talk about next. But I wanted to make sure that you understood that that has nothing to do with why they go. Listen, the dog fur don't care how many of y'all lost your life over there. The dog fur is not concerned with nothing that y'all talking about. They don't care if he's a dictator or not. And we're going to talk about that. But I want to reiterate, I need you to realize who you dealing with. Anytime the dog first say they about to liberate you, that mean they about to steal something. They need to free you up. They need to give you liberation so we can get in them gold mines and them oil reserves and all that. We wouldn't give a goddamn what you was going through over there in Venezuela if you didn't have a large amount of oil reserves that we could tap into. We got our own oil. But see, we all the way on the west. We all the way on the west. Why would anybody want to come do business with us on the west when they could stop right there in Venezuela? $1 mela, toquito $1 mela. I don't know where that came from. I just felt like singing that right there. They could stop in Venezuela and get that oil and do business with y'all and cut the dog fur right out the deal. Cut the white man completely out the deal. So we ain't over there to liberate y'all. Oh yeah, we over there to get that oil. Okay? We gonna run this country for you. Don't you worry. We got your boy, he over here in America. We feeding him good in these prisons. Our prison system, we got good food, canteen. We got a rec room with a basketball court. He's gonna be fine. His wife is gonna be fine. We got him. Don't you worry. Oh, we gonna lock his motherfucking ass up for 125 years. and then we gonna run this country. Yeah. Yeah, you don't ever get to rubbing their fingers together. Yeah. We gonna run this motherfucking country, brother. Okay? We gonna run it good for you. And we ain't gonna transfer power until we find somebody. Okay? All right, all right. This is not a joke. I couldn't help myself, man. Y'all really think these people still believe in the dog fur? They really believe that they're there to help you? All these years, y'all been over there in Somalia, collecting coins and shit, collecting quarters, telling us that we can send a quarter overnight to help feed a Somalian family. And y'all still believe these white people is here to help y'all. All the years they've been going over there, pricking your ass with them little needles, shooting your ass up with dope. And you still see the dog fur and say, oh, they're here to help. The problem is we already know they ain't. We went through the Tuskegee air shit down there in Tuskegee, yeah, where they was doing the syphilis and all. We already know what they here to do. Now we gonna get deep, right? We gonna get a little bit deep. I got a couple of more receipts, but I want to talk to this, and I want to speak to this because this is what y'all saying inside of my DM, and I want to give y'all a message. I want to speak directly to the Venezuelans in America and the Venezuelans that are in Venezuela, and if the shoe fits, wear it, right? Now, understand this. If that man is a dictator and he whatever he was doing with his country is his business. Okay? I want to say this, right? Like, if he's a dictator, right? That ain't none of our motherfucking business in America. That ain't Donald Trump business. That's why it's an international war crime. It ain't none of Donald Trump business what that man got going on in his country. Just because we don't like what that man is doing in his country and you don't like it, don't mean we got the right to go over there and just kidnap motherfuckers and bomb shit and take over. We ain't got nothing to do with that. The dog fur, they got some. I'm just trying to separate my people. We all live over here, but we ain't got nothing to do with that. Imagine this. Imagine somebody in China or Russia or you know, anywhere, right? They say, we don't like how Donald Trump is doing the American people. We don't like how Donald Trump is treating black people. We don't like how Donald Trump is using the American Congress to push his agenda forward. We're going to go in there and we're going to take Donald Trump and we're going to handcuff him. We're going to bring him back to Argentina, and we're gonna kidnap him. Imagine if somebody did that. You wouldn't be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck are y'all doing? We don't like how Donald Trump is running America, so we're gonna come get him. You can't do that. Mind your fucking business, okay? Stay your ass over there. We'll handle Donald Trump. If we feel like we need to go to war with the American government, we'll do that. But you ain't about to come over here with your guy. Nah, we not. That's what's going on over there. This shit ain't none of our business. I just wanted to put that out there first. So y'all in my DM, oh, he was killing people. He's a dictator. Okay, maybe he was. Instead of you Venezuelans running from your country, running to America, your ass supposed to be in Venezuela fighting for your rights, fighting the government, fighting the dictatorship, laying your life down on the ground for this shit. The same way my people did. When we was fighting for civil rights, when we was fighting for all these different things, my peoples didn't go to Venezuela and say, help us, please, help us. We stayed right here. We laid down the groundwork. And that's why we have what we have. That's why we have this great nation. But all you other people run to America. You got a whole country over there with y'all top 3 in oil reserves on the planet. Y'all got a wealthy country over there that's yours. It's called Venezuela. You are a Venezuelan, right? And instead of fighting the powers that be, y'all allow the dog fur to come in there, blow y'all shit up, kidnap your president if you like him or not. You think we like all the goddamn presidents that come into the White House? Yeah, we don't like them. We don't like all of them. Most of them. But we as American people is not going to let nobody come over here on American soil and do none of that. Yeah, none of that. Y'all, and this go for all of y'all. It's like when I listen to Africans and they say, "Oh, Africa is so wealthy, and you guys are robbing Africa of its natural." No, y'all gave this shit away. Y'all basically handing it over. Y'all ain't fighting for Africa. The same way y'all ain't fighting for Venezuela. And then y'all come over here, right? Like the Somalians. Y'all come over here. Y'all get all kind of incentives, American tax-paying dollars that help y'all create and build communities. And then y'all look down and y'all look at black people and y'all got some kind of underlying hate or disdain for my people. When we are the very reason that y'all even got a inkling of a good life over here today. Y'all all got that pussy. All y'all in my DM, the men, the women, all of y'all softer than Dollar Tree cotton. And I just, I need to say that. I need to say that because y'all ain't did no marches over there. Why have y'all ever did a sit-in? Have y'all ever just set in on the restaurants and said we ain't going nowhere? Have y'all boycotted the bus systems over there? Have y'all boycotted paying taxes? Have y'all went to war with the Venezuelan government or president? Have y'all applied any pressure? No, y'all haven't. Joe Biden opened the goddamn borders and y'all asses ran over here to America. Yeah, y'all came, y'all was flooding them. Y'all, it's a lot of y'all over here. And now America, not even America, the dog fur, they seizing the opportunity. They saying, man, 3/4 of y'all population and came to America. We let them in with Joe Biden and Kamala Dick Harris. We know where they at. All of them. We about to take all of that. We gonna rebuild this shit. It's ours now. Exxon get their money back. We gonna get our money. And y'all gonna be slaves to the establishment. Cause y'all ain't willing to die about this. Y'all ain't willing to lay y'all life down for what's yours. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you some context. Imagine if Venezuela was Black Wall Street 2.0. Imagine if Black Wall Street was Venezuela and we black people had Venezuela as Black Wall Street. You got Black Wall Street and black people. Oh, we would be going to war about that motherfucker. We ain't, that ain't happening. We would be going to war about that oil. Y'all would have had to do a lot more than kidnap the president. For sure. You feel what I'm saying? I know this place is called the Americas, but this is our land. Subconsciously, if we don't know nothing, we know that America belongs to us. Y'all say, oh, you guys don't have any culture. You don't have any history. You don't know where you're from, black people. Subconsciously, we all know this shit belongs to us. So even when Africa says, you can come to Africa, we'll give you a green card, we'll give you land, we don't get to run into Africa because that ain't our land. This is our land. Y'all need to take a note out of our book. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to get some nuts. Y'all need to drop y'all nuts. All of y'all, I'm talking Jamaicans, Africans, Haitians, Italians, Venezuelans, Argentinians, All you motherfuckers need to go back where you came from and fight for your goddamn rights. Salute to Dubai. You don't see them people from Dubai just running to America. You don't see the motherfuckers from Dubai. They built Dubai up from nothing. Puerto Rico, I'm talking everybody. They built Dubai up from nothing. That shit was a desert, bro. Now it's a metropolis. You know why? Because they got a lot of oil too, my G. They got a lot of natural resources out there. I ain't saying it's perfect, but I'm saying they built it to what they want it to be. They built it up to what they want it to be. And they ain't asking the dog fur to come over there and liberate they people. The fuck y'all need liberation for? If y'all didn't like what Naruto, or y'all didn't like what he was doing, then the men in Venezuela, the Venezuelan men, were supposed to go to war behind that. But y'all got that put. So don't come over here and y'all all on goddamn public assistance. The Venezuelans, the Somalians, all of you people. Y'all come over here and play nice, and under the table, y'all getting all kind of goddamn government assistance, food stamps, all of it. Y'all getting all of it. Absolutely nasty work, my G's. Absolutely disgusting, man. You know, so I needed to throw that out there. What's going on, baby girl? How you feeling? Everything all right? Giving these people some game on what's going on out there in Venezuela. Hey, look up that number and call it, and then give me the phone so I could set it up for you. Hold on real quick, guys. Let me do something. Big salute. Hit the like button and all that while I'm handling this business, man. Tap the screen twice. We ain't finished. We just handling something real quick. Hit the like button and all that. Yeah, I see you in the chat. What it do? You know, hold on real quick.
A name for the order?
Okay, hold on real fast.
All right. Okay, would you like anything else?
No, that comes with the potatoes and all the corn and all that stuff in the bag, right?
Yes. So you're gonna get 3 potatoes and 1 corn.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're going to get. Wait, give me 1 moment.
Okay. And we having crabs. We having crabs tonight. You know what I mean? Salute to the chat. Yeah, man, gotta handle this business, man. Family first. You feel what I'm saying? We always gotta put family first. Hold on, guys.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, yeah. So you should get 2 potatoes and 1 corn in each bag.
I thought it was more. It's only 2. You said it's only 2 potatoes. I thought it's not more than that.
I'm sorry. It's gonna be 3 potatoes, 1 corn. I'm sorry, because the Dungeness crab. Because usually, like for a pound of food, it comes with 1 corn, 1 potato. But Dungeness crab, it comes with 2 corn, 1 potato. I'm sorry, 2 potatoes, 1 corn. I'm confusing you.
No, you
Sorry.
just said 3 potatoes and 1 corn. Now that's what you just said.
Because the half pound of shrimp no head is another potato.
Okay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, what's the
Those
what's
would
the
be 115.
115? Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. And just make sure, like I said, that the sauces are extra
Thicker
thick.
sauce. Yep.
And
Got
what's the
it.
time? What's the time on that?
10 minutes.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, here you go. All right, so yeah, it's gonna be ready in 10 minutes. You can leave out in 10 or 15 minutes. It's right around the corner. Grab it, and right there by my wallet in the foyer, it's a $100 bill. Grab that, and then you just clear it. I think it's like 110 or 115, something like that. Big salute to the chat. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'll be done in 10 minutes. So again, in Paul, small pause right there. Small little session. Situating some. My daughter wanted crabs tonight, so we doing crabs. But that don't take away from what I'm saying to y'all. The reason why I can have my daughter come in the house, right? Walk into this big ass house. You know what I'm saying? Ask her how was her day at work, right? And then we can figure out what we gonna do over dinner. You know what I'm saying? In this house on American soil is because, and I need y'all to feel me on this. It's only because my ancestors laid their life down. My ancestors went out in the street and they marched. They went and had sit-ins. They boycotted the buses. They went into different states. They marched on Washington. That's why I can do this. That's why we can do this. The reason why you got to come over to America just to enjoy this is because you don't want to fight for your land. You don't want to fight. It's so crazy how the universe works, right? That all of y'all got your own land. And now I'm just talking to everybody. Y'all all, if you a Haitian, you got a place called Haiti. If you Jamaican, you got a place called Jamaica. What? Venezuelans, you got a place called Venezuela. Like, bro, what the hell are you doing here? See, it's always easy to walk into a house and live in it when it's already furnished. You feel what I'm saying? You go and buy some property, that shit come furnished already. It's real easy to enjoy that property when it's already been furnished. But it's real expensive to furnish the property. It's real expensive when you get this house and you got to furnish it, every room. And that's what we did over here in America. That's what we did on American soil. We furnished every room of this house. Every room. See, this was the part I was waiting to deliver to y'all because y'all in the DMs. Some of y'all is rocking with it, and a lot of y'all is y'all got all it. Oh, he was a dictator, and you don't understand what we were going through, and it was so bad, and blah blah blah. And it's like, bro, stop with the excuses. The same thing you tell us. All these excuses. Oh, it was so bad. Well, make it good then. Make it right. Make it right. You know what I'm saying? If it's bad, then you need to make it right so your grandkids can reap the benefits of your sacrifices. So your children and their children and their children. You might not be able to reap the benefits of the sacrifice. You might have to die. You might have to lay your life down so that your children can now have the society that y'all all pray for. The reason why America is in a slump, the reason why America is in a bad position is because we furnished every room. We laid our lives down for this life, and now we are allowing everybody to come in and take advantage of it. I wouldn't give a goddamn who you is. Venezuelan people, Africans, Chinese people, all of you motherfuckers, you got Haitian men getting on banana boats and shit. Grown ass men. They war ready. You got muscles, biceps, and triceps. And instead of going to war in Haiti, instead of telling the English, we ain't paying y'all shit. We ain't paying another tax to nobody. And everybody that ain't Haitian on the Haitian island, your ass got a week to get up out of here. Your ass, listen, I don't care how long you been in Haiti. I don't care how long you been over here. We not paying no taxes to France. That's done. And anybody over here that don't resemble the ancestors, you got a week to get off the island or your ass is going to the upper room. The upper room. When Jesus, you know what I'm talking about. Your ass going to the up. So you're going back where you came from or you going to the upper room and you clean house. Instead of y'all doing that, your big 265-pound ass is on a banana boat swimming out in the ocean, hoping that the currents bring you to Great America, hoping that you land somewhere in Miami. Yeah, you just let the currents pull your banana boat wherever it wants you to go. That's why the situation is what it is. That's why it's crazy. You got to know something, right? And I want to be real with y'all, and I'm just speaking for my people. I got the spirit of Huey P. Newton. You don't know who that is? Do your research. I got the spirit of Bobby Seale in me. I got the spirit of Nat Turner in me. Yeah, all of those spirits, it's all one with me. You understand? And it used to always be, go back to Africa, go back to where you came from, go. They know better than to let us go anywhere. If all black people in America just says, you know what, we going back to Africa, or we gonna go find our own land outside, it'll be a war. They would never let us get on a plane or a boat and leave America, because it wouldn't take a year for us to get where we going, start rebuilding, and become we will become a conglomerate. We will become a force to be reckoned with. And then it'll be American government, dog fur people coming over there, peeking their nose in what we got going on and all that. Y'all the only ones, bro. Okay? Y'all wasn't supposed to let Donald Trump snatch your president up. Y'all wasn't supposed to do that. I don't care what you say. Y'all was supposed to go to war behind that. Now I'm gonna let somebody talk. I'm gonna let one of these receipts play. Big salute to the chat. I got a receipt. I want to let y'all hear. I want y'all to listen to this man right here. It's a reason why this man has been blackballed off of the television, off of social media. We can't find him nowhere. He really can't speak at colleges. You know, one of the most prolific, intelligent, smart, war-ready men that I've ever listened to. You feel what I'm saying? He's been blackballed on American soil again, because we are who we say we are. Y'all ain't like us. Okay, go ahead and talk to the people, my G. Look!
You're trying to take Maduro out of office and get control of the largest oil reserve in the world. What kind of president calls somebody in the house of another, Guaido, and tells him, you can be the next president? But Maduro was voted in. You say, well, it wasn't a free and fair election. Do you remember Jimmy Carter? He'd been watching elections, over 104 of them. And he said, I'm quoting the former president, he said that the voting in Venezuela is some of the best that he has seen in 104 countries where he has looked at elections. Now, I don't know the truth, but I think Jimmy Carter has no reason to lie on Maduro. But you see, when you're a hustler, when you're a thief, when you want to take the oil, remember how the president, when he was running, he said, let's take the oil in Iraq. Take it. See, but your hands will get chopped off today because you're not the power that you think you are. There's a new sheriff in town.
Ooh-wee. Now I want to speak to that because other than the back and forths in the DMs, a lot of people was asking me about Iran, Iraq, whatever, right? And what I'm gonna say is this: they're probably gonna be next. Everything that happened out there in Iraq or what was the goddamn Iran, whatever. You know, there's so many of these sometimes I just can't tell, right? But everything that happened out there with the departure, with the leaving all the equipment out there, you know, it was a shit show. And they've been talking real crazy about America. You know what I'm saying? They've been saying some things they want to do. They still want revenge. And, you know, they got some things that America wants. They got some things that pique our interest. You feel me? And this is just a tip of the iceberg. But at the same time, you got to know something, right? America is not what America used to be. The only thing we have that is still, you know, a threat for real is that we have weapons, we have weapons of mass destruction. We got all those things, and we got somebody in office that's willing to use it. You feel me? But you got to notice how Donald Trump reiterates that he'll do it. He reiterates and he speaks on how we have the respect now when they respect us again. The dog fur only knows violence. They only know how to gain respect from violence, from stealing, from robbery, from bloodshed. And I say that respectfully, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to disrespect them, but for all these years, for hundreds of years, right? We have had control over, and we've been the #1 global power because of fear. Fear. White people don't know how to do good business. I ain't saying like all white people, but you know what I'm talking about. The dog fur. They don't really know how to live in harmony. They don't know how to connect with the universe, connect with the nature, with Mother Earth. They don't know how to like look you in the eye, shake your hand, and it be real. When they look you in the eye, y'all shake hands to close the deal. They trying to figure out. They done thought about 13 different ways on how to rob you, how to kill you, how to steal. You understand? So all these years, you know, they've been moving around and they've been doing this and they've been doing that, all in the name of democracy, all in the name of liberation. Democracy, liberation are masks. They're just a mask for the devil, for mass destruction, for confusion, for thievery, for death, for bloodshed, all in the name of liberation and democracy. Okay? We just gonna be blunt about it. They see something going on in your country and they say, we want that, they'll figure out a way to assassinate the character of your country, of your government, to come in and take that. And that's always been wrong. That's why nobody wants to do business with the dog fur. That's why the BRIC nations is going so hard, trying to figure out how to eliminate even having to rub shoulders or have meetings or shake hands. They don't even want to touch palms with the dog fur. I don't touch palms with the dog fur. Yeah, that's some Christopher Columbus type shit. Let me tell you something. The motherfucker get the holding his hand out to touch palms with you. That's how you transfer diseases, viruses. That's some dog fur shit. We never did that. Before dog fur people came around, we never touched palms with each other. We might do that. We might do that. But we never was doing this. Fear. Let's let my man talk. Yeah, we was never touching palms with you, nigga. You know what a motherfucking man do with his palms? Do you know what a man, teenager, grown man, old man, Do you know what he do with his palms? Now think about that. The next time you get to rubbing palms with a motherfucker, he get to holding his motherfucking hand out. He get to telling you he want to rub palms, which we want to rub palms together. Hell, I don't rub palms with you. I'm not touching your goddamn palm, nigga. Fist bump, salute. I always tell you, salute my G's. Ain't that something you always hear me say? Salute. If you ever see me in person, don't hold your goddamn palm out to me, man. I'm telling you. If you ever, when you meet me in person, don't hold your goddamn palm or look you up and down, homie. What's all that about? Huh? Oh no, I was just trying to greet you. What's all that about, homie? Put your goddamn palms away, man. I'm good on that. Yeah. Put your goddamn palms. I'm feel disrespected. You extend your palms to me, you're disrespecting me, brother. Oh no, my bad, GMB. I wasn't trying to do all that. All right. Salute to you, my G. Yeah, we're gonna be doing meet and greets and all that. The music is coming first. Big salute to the chat. Let's let my man talk. I wanna let you look at one of these soft shell Venezuelan men. Yeah. Hey, motherfucker like this got soft shells and he motherfucking crab in the bucket, but he got a soft shell and all that. You ain't war ready. Why wouldn't the white man take your goddamn oil reserves when you begging for him to take it? Why wouldn't the white man come over there and bomb your shit and tell you and everybody else we gonna run this from here on out? Yeah, we running this. Cause you got soft shell, these motherfuckers, you ain't no, go ahead and talk to the people. Look!
My family, my parents, my sister, my extended family, all lost everything. Their work, their savings, their investments, gone. Wiped out by a narco dictatorship that has held Venezuela in a death grip for over 25 years. And what happened to my family has happened to millions, and yes, millions. The Venezuelan exodus is the second largest displacement crisis on earth after Syria. This is not just a tragedy. It is one of the great humanitarian disasters of our time. But the suffering doesn't end there. This regime has jailed hundreds of political prisoners. Thousands have been murdered simply for speaking out. More than a third of the population has fled. 1/3.
Yet we sit here with the freedom to criticize, have an opinion, and give our statements. Even people against President Trump.
Do you need a loan?
Now I'm gonna let my man, I'm gonna let him talk, right? But that's why y'all supposed to win the war, nigga. Oh, thousands of people have died and blah, blah, blah. But y'all ain't lift up one finger. You ain't bust one grape in a fruit fight. And Anton Daniels, you already know how I feel about this guy right here. You know, his business acumen, salute to him. You know what I mean? I ain't got, when it come to business, salute. But everything else I can't rock with. Never listen to a man that got man breasts and he don't wear a sports bra. Yeah, if you never listen to a man that got areolas and all that. He can't do 10 push-ups or 25 sit-ups. He can do 10 pull-ups if you offered him $1 million and his never, ever. That's first and foremost. And secondly, man, we got the right to criticize because we have fought and died for this. Oh, and we sit over here with the freedom to criticize and talk down. Yeah, because we paid the price. We paid the cost to be the boss. We paid the cost for this freedom. And I don't ever want y'all to forget that. You know, we get the, you know, we work and we obtain things and we buy houses and we build families and, you know, we enjoy this freedom. And we forget that before the civil rights movement, we didn't have these freedoms. Before our ancestors went to war, we didn't have these freedoms. Every female that falls under my voice, before the civil rights movement, even white women, y'all asses couldn't even vote. Yeah, to all the women that fall under the voice of Grown Man Business TV, it's a lot of y'all. Big salute to y'all. What I'm telling you is, before our ancestors laid their life on the line, before they went out into the streets and did what they was doing, women, the white man wasn't even letting y'all work or vote. The same white man y'all go running to and y'all be doing talk. Oh, those white men wouldn't even allow y'all asses to vote. You couldn't even work. So we paid the cost. Okay? So you know, the homie Anton Daniel, I don't be trying to disrespect him or nothing like that. But you know, I don't like when he talks politics and he talks anything other than money. I don't like when Anton Daniels talks about anything other than getting money, because he's a successful black man. So I don't never want to take that away from him. But with all that money, your breast shouldn't be swinging like that. You shouldn't need a sports bra. All right? Big salute. Talk to the people, Anton. Look.
We sit here
Okay.
with
Keep
the
your eyes on the
freedom
road.
to criticize, have an opinion, and give our statements, even people against President Trump, and nothing happens to us because we have the freedom to do so and we're governed by our Constitution, which makes this one of the greatest republics in history. And we have the nerve to criticize President Trump for freeing these people.
Not for better opportunities or for the American dream, but to survive, to live. Because staying often means death. And while the world may see Venezuela as a collapsed state, what it is in reality is an occupied one. Our territory, our natural resources, and our institutions have been overrun by hostile foreign powers. Iranian militias, Chinese corporations, Russian intelligence, all exploiting our country with impunity.
Now the American government is going to join in on that. Oh, all of these foreign dictators. Now the goddamn dog fur, we gonna come get a piece. Well, I ain't with, but you know, the American government gonna come get a piece of that motherfucking pie. Okay? With no impunity. We're not gonna same thing. We ain't gonna have no impunity. All right? So all that crying and you soft as hell, bro. Get your motherfucker, man. Drop some nuts, man. Fucking wrong with y'all? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Go to war. All of our natural resources. Well, why y'all ain't fighting for it? Yeah, I ain't gonna let this. All right, go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk to the people. Look.
Venezuela is no longer just a local crisis. It is now a geopolitical threat that endangers the entire Western Hemisphere.
Which means that it actually is even more beneficial. And when I hear Bernie Sanders say that he disagrees with the fact that this regime has been toppled, or when I see Joy Reid criticize the Trump administration and think that it's simply just and only about oil, or when I see liberals have so much to say negatively about the fact that these people have been liberated and now they have the opportunity to go back to their countries and rebuild. And all
They always listen. We gonna close out in a few minutes. And then we gonna go live again tonight. But they always talk about rebuilding. Y'all notice that? Anytime we liberate a country or we go and get the oil or we get rid of the president or anytime we touch or invade or have anything to do with these countries, or Israel as well, right? We always talking about rebuilding. Yeah, rebuilding. That should be a red flag for any American, any hardworking, tax-paying American. We done dropped some bombs over there, right? We got the president and all that. We got him in New York City. We doing a press run with him. And we're gonna talk about rebuilding. That means we're gonna be paying for that shit. Yeah, we got potholes in the roads out here. We got maintenance infrastructure that needs to be tended to. But we're gonna make sure that we send billions of dollars to Venezuela. and rebuild. Oh, we're going to rebuild the oil refineries, billions of dollars. And they say that shit to us right in front of our face. And we still ain't pinpointed or connected the dots that all that mean is we, the American people. We're going to pay the government and the government is going to pay them. Now that we have liberated Venezuela, they will be coming more of them will be coming over here, just like the ones that's already over here. And they will be indulging in government benefits. Oh, 90% of them all have some type of government benefit, government subsidies. They all getting money from the government. All of them. All of them be. Let's get into one more receipt, man. Yeah, I saw that in there. Yeah, we having crabs. Man, let me tell you something, man. Like I said, something we fought for is to have the right and the luxury to sit down with our family and have dinner. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's Sunday, man. When I grew up, man, every Sunday, if we didn't eat together none of the week, my mama cooked on Sundays, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I reminisce about like the 90s and the early 2000s, man, like before cell phones, before like social media. And I miss it, man. I just miss it. And you know, I'm a dinosaur, so I can't really help it. Like certain traits, I'm like a man's man. I'm like the type of man that I am is few far in between. We are becoming rare. You understand? Like a lot of these niggas don't know how to change tires on cars. They don't know how to change oil. You know, these niggas, like these new dudes is, so like eating dinner with the family is something that was instilled in me, you know what I'm saying? And we all work and we grind and we whatever it is, running businesses, whatever we doing to provide for our families is a tool that takes the the companion, the family oriented, that part of like dinner, like us gathering. That's the word I think I was looking for. The gathering. That gathering is important. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. My wife and my son, my daughter, it don't matter if we order out or if something being cooked, my son sit right there. This is my seat. I mean, that's why I go live from right here. This is daddy's chair. You don't really sit in daddy's. My wife, she get in there and get to sitting in my chair sometime. But my kids, they don't sit in my chair. We sit down and put that 100-inch screen on and we watch and we talk and we gather. So that's what we gonna do. And then after we get this done later tonight, we going live again. Ooh, you gonna go live again, all right? So yeah, but big salute to the chat, man. This is what it is. This is grown man business. You know what I'm saying? And I don't get up here to tell you how to be a man. I don't get up here and tell you what it is and what it ain't. I just demonstrate what it's supposed to look like, and then you apply it to your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna take from each other. You gonna give, I'm gonna take, I'm gonna give, you gonna take. And when I go through the chat and I see what y'all talking about and we rub shoulders and we do what we do here on this channel, trust me, I apply it to my everyday life. Big salute to y'all. Let's look at some of the different sides and different reactions to what took place out there in Venezuela. Big salute to the chat. Look.
Country. In Queens, New York, there's a vibrant Venezuelan community, which is where we can find News Nation's Marcus Espinoza. In the neighborhood I was born and raised, Jackson Heights, New York. I hear the 7 train over you, Marcus. Good morning. What are community members saying to you?
Hey, Hannah, yeah, I had the train come over right when we were about to talk here. Just to show you and to highlight here, we have the 7 train, the iconic 7 train here in Queens. I'm standing in front of 87th Street, and so a lot of folks know this area here. This is Little Crocus, basically, for a lot of Venezuelans. There's not a massive population number-wise of Venezuelans in New York, but that number is growing, and that is something that I wanted to find out about. I went to the streets where they went to yesterday to celebrate. I wanted to try to to talk to them personally, one-on-one, Venezuelans that immigrated here 10 and 20 years ago now, and I wanted to get their perspective on that massive news that took place yesterday, and I wanted to hear what they thought about the fact that Maduro was now gone. And on top of that, I went to Brooklyn and I spoke with folks at a cafe/restaurant that is owned by a native Venezuelan, and the fact that not only was Maduro removed, but that he is now.
I want to kind of say something, right? It's so crazy how America is filled with all these different countries and different flags. In America, it's almost like being American is obsolete. It's like you either Venezuelan American, Latino American, African American, Haitian American, you know what I'm saying? Like Mexican American, Jewish American. Like, it's just so crazy what this thing has become. Like what this thing has become. Like you got old men that fought in World War I, right? World War II. They wasn't fighting for this. They wasn't fighting for like this part. You know what I'm saying? Like when my ancestors was doing the civil rights and we was fighting to get out of slavery, we was rebuilding our communities and we was doing all these things. I don't believe that this was the image that we thought or they thought it was going to be. I don't think they was fighting for it to be this extreme. Yeah, like let people come over here that do it the right way and, give certain people a better life to enjoy what we have built over here. But I don't think they thought, even my people, I don't think they thought it was going to be like hundreds of thousands of each fucking country in our country, waving their flags in our country, taking advantage of our benefits, the shit that's supposed to go to us, our social security, our reparations, our incentives, our this, our that. It's just so crazy, bro. Like just looking at this shit, it's like now we looking at Venezuelans, right? It's hundreds of thousands. They got a whole community. These motherfuckers come over here and build and have community. The Venezuelan community. It's so crazy, bro. It's so outlandish. You understand what I'm saying? And then when actual Americans say, hey man, where the fuck our money at? Where's our 40 acres and a mule? Either we need 40 acres and a John Deere tractor or we need the money, man. One of the two. And then it's like this whole outpour from all of these same communities. The Chinese, the Venezuelan, all of the, when they ask these same communities, what do you think about black people receiving reparations? They all say they don't believe we should receive reparations. They all say it, bro. All of them. Chinese, motherfucker. I wouldn't give a fuck who. Google it. It's YouTube it. It's videos of people walking around asking all of these communities, hey, how are you doing? What do you think about black people receiving reparations? They all say, I don't know why we should have to pay for that. Why should I have to pay for that? I wasn't here. Well, guess what? We wasn't in fucking Venezuela when that man was putting a boot in your ass. When that man was over there dictating your motherfucking ass and doing dictatorships, we wasn't over there. Why should we have to pay for this? Yeah, we wasn't over there in Gaza when they was stealing your bread and kicking your ass out to Palestine and putting boots in your ass and telling you Palestine is Palestine and you can't be over here and putting a flip-flop up your ass, send your ass up the block. Why should we have to? We wasn't over there when they was putting your ass in gas chambers. Yeah, Hitler was goddamn doing what he was doing to you. Cooking your ass up in them gas chambers and all that, smoking you out like smoked bacon. We wasn't over there for that. So why the fuck should we have to pay for it? We wasn't over there in Mexico when the Mexico cartel was chopping your goddamn leg off, putting your arms and your legs up in the trees and all that. I seen the pictures. I seen the pictures of what the Mexican cartel was doing to your ass over there. Man, we shouldn't have to pay for that. I know that my ancestors wasn't fighting for this. Civil rights. We fought for some of y'all to come over here. We thought it was gonna be beneficial to the movement to bring some of y'all over here. But we ain't think your whole goddamn country was gonna come over here from all these different countries. All y'all asses was gonna come, and then we was just gonna pay our tax-paying dollars to feed y'all motherfuckers over here. I don't think that was the plan, man. Look at all these Venezuelans, you know. Look at all these motherfuckers, man. Look. Dancing, look.
Neighbors with them in Brooklyn, and I talked to them about just their overall thoughts.
Claro que sí, papá. Felicidades. Felicidades. We are just rejoicing today. It's an incredible, fantastic, fabulous day.
It's a big surprise. Something that we were waiting for a long time.
It's amazing. We've been waiting for this day for decades. We're so thrilled and happy.
And so you have the politics and the legality that we've been covering very well on this story since yesterday, since you and I got on air. You've been doing a great job steering the ship and trying to explain to people the political consequences, Henna. But when you remove the politics and you talk to the people who are most affected by this, those who grew up in Venezuela, those who lived there, those who fled because of the situation there, I spoke with many who left because of who was in power there, and I also asked them if they would ever go back now that he is removed. A lot of them said yes, but with a little bit of hesitancy. They want to see how this plays out, Henna.
And I want to give you some game on this. I want to just be honest with you, and I want to speak this. I'm gonna say it for you. They ain't going back. They ain't, bro. Listen to me. They not going back, bro. They not going back. Hold on, let me make sure. They not going. Hold on, man. God damn, what's going on with you? Can I get some juice, man? Jesus, what you gonna do? Hold on, guys. They not going back. Oh, we might go back. If we see what's going on over there, we might make our way back to Venezuela. They not go. Listen, man, this is America. This shit, it ain't nothing like this on the face of the planet. And a lot of y'all don't understand that because y'all might have traveled to the Bahamas or like Jamaica or like, you know, but you get on one of them international flights, my G. You know what I mean? It'll change your life, man. You know what I mean? I got on a flight. I got on an 18-hour flight to Bangkok, Thailand. And it changed my whole perspective, bro. It changed my whole perspective. It made me really realize, like, ain't nothing like America. Nothing. I wouldn't give a fuck where you go. Dubai, no, it ain't nowhere on the globe like this great land we got. So them people ain't leaving New York City. Subway trains, efficient plumbing, clean running water, whatever you want to, or tap water, 24-hour bodegas, Starbucks. Yeah. They ain't never gonna leave. They ain't never going back. Man, Venezuela ain't, you know how long it'd take for them to build Venezuela back to something that made sense? Shit. Big salute to the chat. What's going on? Okay, damn, that was fast. You check it before you left with it? You checked it before you left?
I didn't open the bag.
Oh, you didn't go in the bag? You just walked out without it? Always look in the bag before you leave out. Yeah, make sure that thing is right. Make sure it's the right thing. Make sure it's the right thing. All right, so yeah, big salute to the chat. Let me see what we did in here, man. I'm about to eat, handle some business. Oh yeah, we running the numbers up. Hit the like button while y'all still in here. I still got y'all in here. Hit the like button and all that. I'm gonna tell you something, man. Don't let me go through the analytics. Don't let me go through the analytics and get to looking around and seeing who's coming in and out, who's not hitting the like button. We gonna start regulating. Listen, man, I don't need it. And if I catch you remixing the content, man, we gonna start. I don't want to go to war on YouTube. I done did my share YouTube back and forth, and I done solidified my name when it come to going to war on YouTube in these YouTube streets. So I don't want to go to war with you niggas. But it's a couple of you boys I'm peeping out through the algorithm. I'm saying, yo, you don't even know it. You don't know nothing. You don't watch my life. You done been through it all in the chat. You remixing the content. And I could tell you saying the same. Come on, son. It's not a coincidence. You saying the same exact thing out your mouth. I just said a couple of hours ago. All right? Come on, man. At least put a like in there when you come in the chat. You stealing all kind of goddamn information. Laid low in the back of the chat. You ain't saying nothing. 400 people in here. You act like you is. What this motherfucker? 200 likes. It's 1,000 people in the chat with 200 likes and all that. Yeah, I'm about to come right in there with you, baby girl. You already bust that. What it look like?
I didn't open it yet.
Oh, you didn't open it yet? Okay. Who playing? No, that's an old game. Pittsburgh Steelers and the Ravens. Is that ain't live? Let's see what we got going on. Big salute to the chat, man. It's a beautiful Sunday. We gonna line up tonight. We going live again tonight. Make sure you got your notification bells ringing. We well over 55,000 subscribers. Shit, by the end of the night, we might be at 56,000 subscribers the way we running these numbers up. Hey, JP, salute, appreciate that, man. We working, you know what I'm saying? Let me say this before I get out of here. I seen one of the one of my day one investors in the comment section say, yo, you say you leaving, you ain't staying long, but you've been here for 3 hours and 23 minutes. I want to close with that. You know, when I seen that, I had to think about it. I said, damn, you right. You know, somehow, some way I was in that chat last night for like 3 hours and some change. What I'm realizing is, it's like repetition, man. It's like repetition. It's like running a marathon. Like Nipsey Hussle says, salute to Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. You might run a 5-mile marathon. You might run it twice, see if you could do it faster. Next thing you know, you ready for 10 miles. You ready for 20. You ready for 25. And when it come to like this information and these downloads, I don't like to leave until the download has been delivered. That's all. So it's not something that I'm looking to do, but don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? I'm a old man. I tell you, ass, somebody come back live tonight, I might eat these crabs and shit. I'll lay down and go to sleep. That's what old people do, ain't it? You know what I mean? Yeah, but anything other than that, we running the numbers up. We doing what we do here. I know, last night I talked about 50 Cent and his situation for about an hour. Then I got the Hassan Campbell. So when I see y'all in the comment section, and make sure you go in the comment section, when I see y'all there and y'all talking about Hassan or y'all responding to this, I know you watched it. You stayed tuned for over an hour. You played around with the live stream for at least over an hour. That's engagement. You know what I mean? That beautiful thing for the channel. So we growing organically. We doing what we need to do. We making this thing happen. Big salute to y'all. Yeah, man, I'm an old man. Shit, I'm live. I tell your ass I'm coming back and I won't. But no, we be back 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock tonight, we be back. All right? And I'll figure out exactly what we gonna talk about. But this thing with Venezuela just had to be said, man. It's nasty work. It's unprecedented. We never seen this happen before. Ever. Never seen this happen before. And we got to make sure we pay attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? There is no liberation. There is no liberation. If there was a such thing as liberation, my people would have been one of the first to be liberated. Okay? Y'all was willing to trade y'all natural resources in y'all country to be in America. That's not liberation. It's highway robbery. Respectfully, I ain't trying to disrespect you. It ain't liberation. That's highway robbery, my G. All right? Nah. Yeah, man, I ain't into the mukbang. My daughter told me what that was about. I ain't gonna do that. That's not my thing. You know what I mean? Salute to everybody that do that though. All right. So listen, man. Appreciate that. FBA Kush Boy 420. Appreciate that, my G. I see you in the chat. Big wrenches. Highly appreciate that 10-piece nugget. You already know how we giving it up. You know what I mean? Salute to my boy FBA Kush Boy 420. Yeah, we working, man. We coming back live tonight for sure. We coming back live tonight for sure. We gonna have some fun. You already know the late night live streams is comedy. It's gonna be a message in the madness. Always a message in the madness, but we gonna have some fun. But this one right here needed to be said. Everybody need to go back to their country, man, and fight for it. There is no such thing as liberation, niggas. Highway robbery. Okay? Everybody need to keep an eye on what's going on with Maduro and all that out there in New York City. We got the president of Venezuela in handcuffs on American soil in New York City, man. That shit is crazy. You know what I mean? What a time to be alive. All right, so you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest? And I suggest that you tap in. Listen, man. I suggest you tap into this grown man business. I suggest you tap into this grown man content at all times. You already know what it is. Straight off the brick into the bottles. Straight off the brick directly into the bottles. Straight raw, pure, uncut, no extras, no preservatives. We not sugarcoating nothing and we not dressing nothing up. I'm only here to give you this game straight raw, my G. Pure dope. Yeah. We ain't in no fentanyl, no baking soda, no quinine. We ain't water whipping this dope and we ain't counter whipping this dope. It's straight off the brick into the bottles. This is some of the purest content you can get your hands on. We don't step on this content. Yeah, we ain't sugarcoating the content. I gotta be pure. I gotta give it to you real, straight off the brick. Raw. All right. Like I said, man, what we are seeing is unprecedented. We never seen it before. You know, they're gonna tell y'all it was drugs. They're gonna tell y'all it's gangs. The same thing they say about black people, the same thing they said about the Black Panthers, you know, threats to society, terrorism, terrorists, drugs, gangbangers. They always use the same explanation, the same reasons to run up in a situation and take control of it. It had nothing to do with drugs. It had a little bit to do with oil, but more to do with control. Control on who is purchasing the oil and what currency they are using to purchase the oil. This is the second time we've seen a situation almost sink the US dollar, America's currency. This is the second time. The first time is that they smoked them. Yeah, Gaddafi. Yeah, they assassinated them. And this time they took another route. But at the end of the day, the same goal was accomplished. We got to really watch what's going on. The BRICS nation. This was a move right here on the chessboard by Donald Trump. Now we got to watch the BRIC nation. What is it's your move now. It's your move. Yeah, nigga went up there in Venezuela. He neutralized the situation. He is in control of the oil. Your goddamn BRICS currency is not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You keep yeah. You better figure something out. You better hope they can exchange those brick dollars for some fucking some dollar bills. And dollar bills, y'all. Yeah, it's your turn. It's your move. I mean, this shit is, or sometimes you got to sit back, get your popcorn, and enjoy the show. All right? All right, so we going to get back, man. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Make sure y'all tuned in. We are definitely doubling back around 11 o'clock tonight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right, so you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy. It's your boy. And let me say this real quick before I get out of here. For everybody in the DM, like, oh, y'all, you supposed to be a grown man, but you keep saying your boy. In my generation, saying your boy is it's like a term of endearment. I'm not literally saying I'm a boy. Okay, man, you dudes got to wake up, man. Sometimes I don't know where you guys come from, man. A lot of you people, y'all low-key be somewhere in Venezuela. Your ass is somewhere in Nigeria. Your ass is somewhere in goddamn the Congo. You in the Congo right now, watching me, and you think that I'm calling myself a boy. I'm telling you, that's not that. I just wanted to say that. Okay? It's your boy. Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? Now listen, man. You can tap in, you can tap out. But you know my slogan. You know what I suggest. And I suggest you tap in. Gang.